Troops, good morning. This is day 16 of the pod, Saturday the 20th of April, and we're up and at it. It is 6 o'clock here in the UK. And we are out walking. Wow, 16 days in. And we are walking around with a snow hat on because I don't want anything getting into my ears and my head as we are doing this pod, which I'll come on to, because what I want to talk about this morning is the power of a morning routine, a morning ritual, which starts the night before. And this is my, not so much my, I suppose thinking cap. Look, a complete prat, P-R-A-T, walking around, as you can see, with the floppy ears. For those who are not watching, covering my ears, it's a massive Arctic hat, and I want to just keep my focus with what I'm saying. And second part to what I want to talk about and share this morning is what I've been doing over the last few weeks. As some of you may know who are following me or listening to the previous pods, that I've been not touching my devices, emails, notifications, pings, dings and rings first thing in the morning for at least a few hours, if not more. I would say 4, 5, 6 hours. And over the last week since I've been on course, not checking them at all, to a point of, I had a quick look at my emails last night when I got in about 8 o'clock from finishing yesterday, and I had 400 emails from a few days, so crazy. So yeah, get that down your reading list. So I want to talk about morning routines, which starts the night before, and I want to talk about digital detox, digital distractions, so you can optimize flow state, getting in the zone, and enhancing productivity, creativity, ideation, which is creating and pooling loads of ideas, and just being, in a calm, relaxed flow state when all the juices, all the creativity's flowing. And there's multiple ways you can do that: breathing, music, exercise, sat on a rock, meditating, journaling, etc. And I'm just going to want to share that. So let's get cracking. So a little bit background. So building on the pod yesterday when I was talking about sleep. So see the previous episodes, talked about sleep, the importance of sleep, the power of sleep. A third of our life is eating, a third of our life sleeping, a third of our life is working. So, and most people don't take sleep seriously. They don't take it, they think it's weak, it's cheating, sleeping's cheating, it's a weakness, etc. So they don't prioritize it, and then what they do then is over caffeinate, and then just they're overriding the physiology, which is not good. We all do it, me included still, but we're only human. And so we talked about sleep. So to have a powerful morning routine, and how I have been laser focused and prioritizing a morning routine is since my little princess has come along, which is 6 years, well, longer than that, 6.5, so it'll be 5.5 years ago. She's 5. What am I about? She's 5, so she's I'm trying to work out when she was in the womb, but she's 5. So 5 years ago, I was lacking energy, falling asleep, and she wanted to play Barbie. Not 5 years ago, she was only a baby, but she wanted to play. I was coming up from where I was tired. That's why I focused on sleep. And then just working that back. How do I optimise my sleep? I need to go to bed early. And then started researching it. I started hacking sleep, and I talked about sleep, and I'll do a full episode on sleep, a bit more in depth at another time. But go back to yesterday's episode, yesterday, and then you can see. Well, I've linked some references in there as well in the episode notes. So, morning routines. So I come across Robin Sharma 5 a.m. club, and the plan was to get up an hour early, do the 5 a.m. club, and have a power hour first thing in the morning before the little one gets up, starts climbing on me, wants breakfast. Now, being in a full-time job, I wanted to make sure I was there for her, because I'm not going to see her in the day. This was before she started school, and I wanted to daddy-daughter time early in the morning, give mum a rest, and then have daddy-daughter morning breakfast and daddy-daughter bath, books and bedtime when I can. And I've pretty much done that 90% of her lifespan so far, so I'm chuffed to bits there, because she's 5 now. Another 10 years, 15, she's not going to, well, probably less than that, she's going to be off. 16, 17, she's going to have her own place, and she's gone. We've done our bit. We've set her up for success, for survival and success. We're not going to kick her out, but she'll be, thinking about moving out. So my wife might not think that, but hey, that's us then. But we've got 18 summers. 18 summers for those who have got kids still at a young age, or coming up to sort of their, adult life, their phase 2, if you like. 18 summers, 18 years, and they are just a different reframe, a way of thinking about it, to prioritise and enjoy the moment. It's easier for when you're older parents, when you're in your 40s and you've got a youngster, because you've only got a little bit more life experience, you've been around, you've learnt, you've failed a lot more, you understand life a little bit more, you understand a few more things, you've got more wisdom, knowledge and experience equaling wisdom. So I'm not saying it's the best thing, but it's hard. It's really hard when you're setting your own ways and yada yada yada. But we might talk about that. But yeah, it's really hard. So you've been on the planet a little bit longer, and yeah. So I was falling asleep, was tired. I thought I need to get a grip, man up, focus on my sleep. To do that, I needed to go to bed early, and then I was getting up in the morning, and I lost my time. And for those who are new parents, you completely go from sort of a selfish mode. Everything not everything stops, but you refocus, and it's them first over yourself normally, unless you prioritise it. So it's easy for blokes because we're quite selfish anyway. We're sort of defaulted to selfishness. We sort ourselves out first. So for me, this is where the morning routine comes in. What's the point of this? First point of this episode I want to talk about, which I've been mentioning over the last sort of first 15 episodes, 14, 15 episodes on this pod. And it's one of the reasons why I want to start. I've been mentioning I want to talk about it, so let's go. So reasons were to get up and have an hour, at least a power hour for me. We're coming to a dead end, the park's not open. Okay, no worries. Yeah, wanted to win the day before the day wins me, before everybody else wakes up. And feel like I've cracked half the day, my main tasks, creativity, focus, flow. Got my to-do list, got my tasks for the day, what I want to achieve, got some oxygen in the lungs. So, and then let the world take its toll before road rage starts. Good or bad weather, life. So, I came across Robin Sharma, the Think Like a Monk. Sorry, that's Jay Shetty, cancel. Robin Sharma, 5am Club, which was basically a methodology, if you like, a framework of a 60-minute power hour. There's lots of them. There's probably 4am, 5am, 6am, 7 o'clock, 10am, etc. There's lots out there. But anyway, I came across Robin Sharma, tuned into him. One of his books, he's got many books. The old one was The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. And Robin Sharma, I'll link to him again in the episode notes. Morning. And who's trained billionaires, titans, medalists, successful entrepreneurs, pop stars, film stars, you name it. Robin Sharma, Sharma. And yeah, so I got the 5am Club, got tuned into that, and I just, for a bloke, we just want step 1, step 2, step 3. We just want to see something, compartmentalise it. Might be different for ladies, and we just want to plug in and go. Keep it simple and just focus on the task. So I got that, and it was a power hour, basically, and it breaks down to 3 stages. First stage is 20 minutes exercise, movement, 20 minutes, get the blood pumping, smash the cortisol and adrenaline. Once we wake up, cortisol and adrenaline is very high. It starts rising first things early in the morning. I think between the hours of, I think it's 4 and 5, 4 and 6 in the morning, if not earlier. And that basically, as you're waking up your eyes and opening your eyes, it still thinks there's saber-toothed tigers and there's a threat to the human species. So, and this is biology, it's not changed. We're still in the Stone Age, it thinks. And it's just making sure that you are not going to get attacked. You've got to survive. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, bottom of the pyramid, triangle if you like. Safety, food, shelter, warmth, security. Cortisol and adrenaline's high first thing in the morning, and you don't want to be living in a chronic state of that, which the nation is, and probably the world, chronic state of high arousal, high anxiety. We're constantly worried what people think, etc., etc. And so we want to tell the body and the biology that, listen, everything's okay, we're fine, we're just walking around the local streets, nobody cares, no one's going to jump on us, etc. So it's quite high, and it stays high for about half an hour, the science is, afterwards. So once you're awake, you want to confirm to the body, yeah, I'm fine, there's no saber-toothed tigers, I'm looking around, yeah, no, I'm fine, the birds are chirping, the sun's coming up. So you're just confirming that. So what you do with that then, but the problem is, if you leave it slightly too long and you just sort of get up, you're very sluggish and you are just moping around, which is fine, especially if you're tired and you've been working hard. You come back from illness, just come out of hospital or anything like that, you've got to take it steady. And if you are tired, the body will tell you you're tired, and then you'll get up, and then you'll attempt to set the alarm goes, and then you hit the snooze, because there's either no big reason why, you don't want to be springing out, waking up alive, because you can't be bothered, you're tired, because you haven't focused on your sleep, you haven't gone to bed the night early, you haven't prepped, which starts the night before, you've got no real focus, you lost focus on what you're doing, there's no purpose in life, you're trying to still chase that same goal, you're in this thing, what Seth Godin talks about, in the dip. You're stuck in the dip, the rut. You know sort of what you want. You think you know what you want, and you keep chasing it, and you're stuck. And you're not prioritising sleep, so you can't focus. You're not clear. You haven't got clarity on your goals. We'll do this. We'll talk about goals. You're not clear. You need to get absolute clarity using a couple of psychological tools, frameworks that can help you just see and believe, and then you've got more chance of achieving. We'll talk all about this. A couple of different models, like the GROW model from John Whitmore. We've got a performance equation from Galway in a game of tennis, and etc., which we'll share all this. I'll do videos on this. And so yeah, so that cortisol. So if you smash it out the park and telling your body it's safe first thing, which is what the power hour is with Robin Sharma 5 AM Club, and it's basically getting up straight away and then doing 20 minutes exercise, whatever it is, squats in the kitchen, it could be a fast walk. You want to get the blood pumping. Okay, so I just used to run a couple of kilometers on an empty stomach, get up. I used to sleep in my clean fitness clothes, my running tights. Oh, look at that sun, it's beautiful. Just heading into the sun. Just gone to take a selfie then, pressed the wrong button and took the turn the camera off. So yeah, so 20 minutes up, straight out the door, or doing squats. So I used to do a mixture of just a 15-18 minute workout in the kitchen, some squats, star jumps, press ups, knee lifts, running on smart burpees, that sort of stuff. Used to do all that. And then the alternative, I just get out and run. Okay, so I just switch that up. So the first 20 minutes was that, and it's flash to bang, it's straight in, done that. Cortisol's down, and then you're saying you're safe, your body's awake, and you can take the day. And then the second 20 minutes was journaling and meditation. So the journal, I've talked about this, and I'll do an episode on journaling specifically. And I'm on day 100 today of my new journal. Day 100. I started on the 12th of January. Not sure why I started on the 12th, but anyway, I need to try and reflect back on that, and I'll try and get that answer when I do the journaling episode. So I'm on day 100 today of the Vex King, the daily journal, which is really good. So I'll give you some feedback on that when I talk about the journaling. So yeah, so it's journaling, and I had 6 questions I used to answer, which become repetitive. And those who's listened back, and I've talked about this 5 AM Club before in the previous pods, you know, I did it year 1, I got to 197 days. Don't forget, I'm 100 days in today of, at the point of this 20th of April pod, 100 days in on the journal. So that's me getting up, doing journaling in the morning, because I was off track with it. And I was missing it, and this is the power of it. So I was going to get a quick selfie with not the... There we go. So yeah, so 100 days in. But the point is, I got to 197 days with a morning ritual routine with Robin Sharma. My mum sadly died, passed away prematurely in her early 60s. It was a very peaceful death. She was in my arms in hospital, and yeah. So mum died, I couldn't recover from that, and then I got back on track the next year, and got to 100 days, trying to beat the 197. This is the ego and the neurochemistry, and this is what we're built for. We're built for betterment. The body's built to strive forward. We're built for level 10, we're not built for level 9.5. We don't aim for 9 out of 10, we go for 10. This is what we're built for, this is what's good. So the neurochemistry is really good in one way, but it's also bad on another way, because it goes into overdrive and leads to burnout and overwhelm, and anxiety and stress, etc. We'll talk about that. But anyway, so 100 got to 100 days, and then I started taking on these weight management classes, extra work, which I'm going to turn around, realise what time it is. Extra work, and I started getting a throbbing pain in my head, and my mother-in-law, who's a nurse for 30 years, said you need to get some sleep. So I had a couple of lie-ins from the 5 AM Club, and then yeah, I dropped off. I was tired, listened to my body. So I then went back on the year 3, final attempt, and then I packed it in, stopped, no longer serving me. I was just forcing it writing out the journaling questions, and they didn't really mean they wasn't serving me anymore. So then I thought, what's the point? What am I doing? But I was sort of, I've conditioned myself to a point of what Robin Sharma talks about, automaticity. It's a point when your body starts with doing things habitually. So once you start putting new habits in, we'll talk about habits going forward, the point of automaticity, when it's automatic, and there's a 3-step phase, but when you're in the middle, you've got the messy middle, you've got the start, you've got the messy middle, your body's trying to work out what's going on. What should I do? Should I continue? Should I step it up? Should I slow down? Should I whatever? And then you've got the point of automaticity, which is around 66 days. But like I say, we'll talk more about that. So 197 days, 100 days, 197, fell short by 7 days, because this is what we try and do. We try to beat the next thing. That's just, by default. And then 100 days gave up, and that was a couple of years ago. So I thought, what am I missing? Why am I not functioning? Why am I not motivated over the last year or two? So I thought, right, this is why. Let me go back to the morning routine. I need to get back onto it. I've not had time for myself. I'm doing 2 jobs now, etc., etc. And then I burnt out due to some stress, overwhelm, tiredness, just normal life stuff that's going on, looking for a new job, changing jobs, all this sort of stresses in life these days. And then I thought, right, I just need to go back to what I used to do. And that was the first thing, was one thing at a time, nice and easy, make sure I can maintain it. And I was getting up about 6:30, 7:15, so it wasn't too late. But it's late for me when I was getting up at 4:45 in the morning, straight out the door for 5 to 5. And then, it was onto the exercising first, journaling, going back to the script. And then it was some meditating. So it wasn't chanting or anything like that, which has got its benefits. I've tried that, didn't work for me, humming and chanting and all that sort of stuff. So I just plugged into the 5am Club app, which is really good. And I just played the same thing over and over again. It's got about 6 different ones. You follow the program on the app, which is free, which is really good. And you got the book to accompany that as well. So I was doing that. So it was 20 minutes exercise, smash the cortisol, get into the zone, then it wakes the brain up, says you're fine, you're safe. Then you can have your head on straight, nice and silent, do your journaling, answering some questions. We'll talk more about this on another episode. And then it was the meditation. That was 40 minutes, so 20, and the final 20 was personal development. That was either inspirational, motivational, or educational. And I used to read books, okay? And we'll do another episode on the power of reading, the old-fashioned things called books. And I'm not talking about Kindle. I'm not talking about reading off of a screen. I'm talking about the old-fashioned things you have to touch, the paper, the trees that we read, okay? So much powerful. So I teach one of the main core skills and focus areas in school is reading. And you need to be able to read. But anyway, so that was the 5am Club. Now, you can't just start saying today at the point of this podcast, yeah, sounds great, I'm going to do it, I'm going to jump in, because you won't sustain it. And I'll give you an example. I've lasted 197 days, which is about 6 months. It's from January the 1st to probably mid-June, July, and then 190 days the year after, and then 100 days. So it is hard, even if you know what you're doing, but life just takes its toll, and more stresses comes in. So what you do need to do, if you're going to get up an hour early or 15 minutes early, then you need to go to bed 15 minutes. So just keep it really simple and don't go to extremes. So if you're getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning now, don't then start at 5am Club, because you're not going to sustain it. You won't enjoy it. You'll beat yourself up. You'll think it's lack of motivation. You think lack of willpower, and it's not. You've gone too fast too soon. Okay, we'll talk about this on habits. Trust me, 3 years in. So where I am now, to a point of automaticity, I'm sort of naturally when I'm not really tired, and I've mentioned this before, when I have been shattered and tired, over caffeinating, that I'm aware of, okay, I'll talk about that. But as we're battling through daily life, you've got to be able to sustain it. So automaticity for me, I'm waking up naturally. I've been waking up, at 4 o'clock, and that's a great thing because that's what I want to do. Because now I've started this pod, 16 days in on this pod, then I need to, by the time I've done this half an hour, 40-minute pod, got back home, trying to upload it, which is taking 20 minutes, half an hour, trying to add in, the episode notes, so I can fire it, because I've got a small iPhone 7 screen. My eyesight's not brilliant on that without glasses. I've been wearing glasses for about a year now, so I haven't done too bad. Apparently when you get to your sort of 40s, 45, starts taking its toll, for those who's never been prescribed glasses. So I'm in the glasses gang, and I've been for a year now. So the point is, the small screen, and we've only got one MacBook at home, so when I go to work, I've got my work restricted laptop. You can't do stuff. It's not really practical as well, so it's just quick airdrop stuff when that works. So I try and get that in, then it's a quick breakfast, which I'll talk about in a second, and then I want to try and fire it down the range. And it's not, it's all new. It's all a new skill. Doing this is new for me. Doing online stuff's new for me. Technology's slightly new for me, and all this sort of stuff. So I'm learning as we go, plus doing a couple of jobs. I've just changed jobs, etc., etc. And just, I won't bore you to death for those who's been following, but also if you've not, then just go back to episode 0, why I started this, where it's come from, and then just might give you a little bit of hope, a little bit of inspiration to do something you've been sat on the fence for a while, and you keep chasing it, or you're not sure, or your self-doubt is kicking in, you're procrastinating, you're doubting yourself. Taking imperfect action and just doing it, getting that snowball, just getting it pushed, off the edge, and it'll start rolling, and it will come, okay? And just work it out on the move, which we try to take perfect action all the time. It's just human behaviour. So I talk about this, and so just go back. It might give you a little bit of a nudge, might give you a little bit of confidence to get started, because you can do it. If I can do it, okay, and you're listening to this, or you've come across this on playback, then just go back. It might just give you and others a little bit of inspo. If I can do it at 48-year-old, old man. So it's not, but it is. Midlife. Anyway, so where am I? So go back to the 5 a.m. club. So it was the power hour, and then you got to get up a little bit earlier, go to bed. You want to sustain it, sustainability, so you can enjoy the process. There's no end result. It's just moving forward with a routine, a power hour, if you like. So where we are now, and it starts the night before, which I'll come on to. So what I do now, 100 days in, on the back of overwhelm, stress, burnout, tiredness, and illness from a bad chest viral infection that wiped me out over Christmas. I've talked about this. It just basically caught me out of the blue. A few things going on at work, a few stresses going on, personal life, job changes, yada 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 yada. It's just all knocked me for 10, and I am very physically and mentally resilient, and in a good state of health. Okay, I am prioritise health, for those who know, and I've spoke about it before. So I am sort of pretty much, I won't say I've got a shield of steel around me, and it just shows, no matter what training, what conditioning, who you are, how fit, how strong, how good looking, how old, how much muscle, how much speed, how much power you've got, how strong your immune system is, how strong your values, how strong your beliefs are, your education, your wisdom, your knowledge. You're getting some. You cannot override it. Bang, you're down. And I was out. Worst Christmas ever. I couldn't be a father, couldn't be a friend, and couldn't help out at home, couldn't be a husband, etc. Out the start blocks, and we're back to active, progressive steady incremental recovery. So we now, where we are, is we get up at 4:30 in the morning, 4:30, 4:45, which is automatic pretty much, but I have been hitting the snooze as I've been honest and authentic, and that's what I'm declaring as I show up every day for at least 365 days, and I'm putting myself out there for you and for me, obviously, accountability and trying to give back and share, hence the Wellbeing Made Easy and the school community group, which I'll come on to. So I'm out, start journaling again, because that's what I used to do. Just got a new cheap journal from the Vex King. I've talked about this, I'll link it. Really good. There's a few improvements I'd like to do when I create my own journal, and that might be available for some of you in the Wellbeing School community, Wellbeing Made Easy school community. And so I do that, and it's a couple of questions. So here's my routine at the moment, and I'll come on to the night before, the preparation of it, the mindset and the intention and the preparation before it, to make sure you've got the best chance of surviving. I'm going to go back this way now because the noise, traffic's going to be on that noise on the road. So here's what I do now. I'm in a point of automaticity now. I just get up. I think I forgot to do it once, but then did it when I got back home that day, from what I call 100 days in. So the simple journal, it's sort of man proof, and obviously female proof. But so get up in the morning and I have a big glass of water, bottled water, with some half a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, or Herbalife 24 hydrate, getting some sodium, potassium, minerals in there to hydrate from the dehydration overnight while we've been asleep. And then I do my journaling, and then I might have a Thermogenic Herbalife green and black herbal tea, Thermogetics, with some aloe mango, Herbalife aloe mango in there, liquid. I put that in there and it's beautiful, really lemon tea with aloe mango, really sweet. So I have one of them in the morning. I haven't been having that, and I've been on some coffee, but it's another episode. But and then I do my journaling first thing, and then I sit in silence if I get time, which it's peaceful inside on my favourite chair, dressing gown on, nice, and just sat there in silence for as long as I want to or I can. Sometimes it's for 3 or 4 minutes, sometimes it's half an hour, and then by this stage the tiny human's not up yet, so that's great. So I'm sort of half an hour in, and then, but what I have been doing since I've been doing this pod in the last 15-16 days is I've been hydrating, journaling, and then just a couple of minutes, and then I've been having a cup of coffee, if you like, whatever is in the house, or the Herbalife, and then out walking, doing the pod. But obviously, as you know, I've just come off 2 weeks job termination leave. I've just changed jobs. If you've listened back to the pods, that's the point of this pod. And then I've just started my new job this week. First week has just been done, and I'm on a course this week, and I'm on a course next week as well. So so I'm completely under it, completely change a routine. So the point is what I'm doing now at the point of this pod, and I have been for the last sort of, apart from the life-changing stuff in between, I've been getting up, doing the Vex King journal, hydrate, and then some walks, sometimes not, and then straight into day job walk. And I've been doing exercise later on in the day, not always the case, and that's what I've been doing, and that's where I am now. And I've got a bit of a flow state going on, and it's really powerful because, like now, it's coming up to sort of 7 o'clock, and I'm about to get in, try to pull these 3 or 4 videos together because the storage is still going for it. I've offloaded all the apps, more and more and more apps, so I've got to delete some stuff off the phone. I've been playing around with it. I need to spend some time this weekend. So I've just pull these 4 videos together. That's a bit of a task, into CapCut, the app, and then suck it into YouTube, and then quick change around, quick breakfast, which I'll come on to, and then shoot off to the weekend's activities. Breakfast. So get up. So breakfast. Get up once it's breakfast time, and sometimes if I've got to shoot off, like on this course, and I've not had a chance to do the porridge, which I'll come on to, I have a quick healthy meal shake, Herbalife Healthy Formula 1 nutritional meal shake, full of nutrients, gives me the safety net, and it's fast food on the go. Tastes great, fills you up, gets all the proteins, all the fats in there, all the amino acids, all the proteins, etc, all the vitamins and minerals in there. It's rammed. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But so breakfast is porridge oats, and then we have a scoopful of Formula 1 protein powder, which is a healthy meal. We put that in there for some flavour, banana cream for an example. We also add a scoopful of protein drink mix, which is a neutral protein drink mix, gets an extra 7 grams of protein in there. My daughter has that as well. We have breakfast, we have full fat cow's milk. We don't have any of these fake plant milks, these fake, milks, which is okay for, the odd splosh now and again, but we don't put that in as lots of inflammatory oils in there, like palm oil and rapeseed oil, and you don't want to be drinking that stuff. Okay, we'll talk about this more when we did talk about nutritional labels and claims and stuff, but nutritional claims. So anyway, so we have that, a bit more hydration, and that is the breakfast, and then we've got the day, and that's pretty much easy as that. I get into flow state once I've got me time. So I've normally done a to-do list the night before, laid out my stuff, what I want to achieve, what I want to do. But if I haven't, then, and things might change, things I've not done, things I'm reflecting on more, and then I get up, I'm sat in that me time space, gathering my thoughts, just sat there in silence, taking a couple of breaths, and it is bliss. It is unbelievable. And last year when I was going into the garden cabin, the shed if you like, I had the classical music on at 5 a.m. in the morning. It was unbelievable when I was mapping out the Wellbeing Made Easy school, and just brainstorming, just deciding what I want to do, how I want to do it, thoughts and ideas, pulling it together, how I'm going to do it, why I'm going to do it, when am I going to do it. And part of it was, one of the things was to launch a podcast, Wellbeing Made Easy, and we're here, Wellbeing Made Easy. It's unbelievable when you put things down on paper, once you plan it, and once you put it out there to the world. And then, if you've not listened to episode 0 yet, go back to episode 0 and just have a listen to that about self-doubt. 2 days before my 48th birthday, I was self-doubt, procrastinating. I don't know what to put, when to put it, how to do it, and I'm sort of 15, 16 days in now, and we're here. We've launched, we've put it out there. Imperfect action is better than no action, okay? Paralysis by analysis, overwhelm, overkill, too much information. So go back to episode 0 and listen to that and see how far we've come so far. Now let's see if we can continue, and let's see how long we can continue. Already I've had to do an episode in the car on hands-free. I've had to do an episode out running, doing a job route recce, 'cause I'm going to be running to work. And also another episode on the bike, cycling, that I got a scrap bike from the next door neighbours who was throwing it away. We got that serviced, got that put in, and we did an episode on that. So we're going to be running and we're going to be biking. And then we had to sell a car and got a cheaper car, and we're going to be using that in between. So this is all in the last 15 days. So go back and have a quick listen on YouTube or Spotify. So yeah, we're here. So going back to the morning routine, that's where we are now. Morning routine, it'll change fairly, with life activities and as I get settled into my new job and stuff. And And at the moment my little one is getting up around 7 o'clock, so that's quite good. But as her body clock changes, if you want to start getting up, she's an early bird like me. If she starts getting up a little bit earlier, then I might have to, I need to sustain what I've got and just do things a little bit differently. But go with it, don't be too serious, don't be too hard on yourself. And it's okay if you miss the alarm and you need a little bit of a lie in. But just think about it, whatever you want to achieve. And if we've all got the same 24 hours in a day, and it's how to use it. I'm not perfect. I've had to work really, really hard. You've got to have reasons why you want to do it. So just if you want to get up a bit more time and just do 5-10 minutes early in the morning, start with 5-10 minutes early. Okay, go to bed 5-10 minutes early. And I'll talk quickly to finish about the nighttime routine. So once you've got the intention, first step of anything is awareness, being aware of what you want to do, then having clarity why you want to do it, and then having a little bit of a plan with what you want to do. So there was my reasons. I needed energy, I wanted to focus on that. I started off with a morning routine. I didn't have time for me, yada yada yada. So it might be the same for you. So get up a little bit early. So you need to start the night before morning and plan the night before. So what is it? So if you want to do some more movement, you want to walk first thing in the morning, put the dog lead, put your shoes by the door, and set the intention. We'll talk about habits. I might talk about habits tomorrow, actually, yeah. So I'll talk about habits tomorrow. So go check the next episode from this, and I'm going to talk about habits. BJ Fogg's tiny habit model. So look forward to that coming up soon. And then getting into new routines, stop, start, and continue. And we'll look at habits tomorrow, so I'll make a note of that. So set the intention the night before, go to bed a little bit early, have your stuff ready to go, whatever that is, whatever it looks like, and then just go for it. But the key to it, and we'll talk about this, is documenting and journaling, okay? Really the power of the neurochemistry and what it does. So I can go back to my journals, and I will do, when we talk about journaling, and I'll do that in the next couple of episodes, putting pressure on myself now as I try and work out how to do this thing called a video plod vlog thing. So I'll look back at my journals because I've been writing it, okay? So and I can look back and reflect, see what works, and that's how I can remember things. And I can't remember all of it, so I'll go back to, and when I do a journal episode, you'll listen to where that's come from. But the power of it is unbelievable. So set all that out the night before, go to bed a little bit early, but make sure, start off, can I sustain this? Why do I want to do it? What's the benefits? And just getting up an extra 5-10 minutes early, then what you're doing. But go to bed 5-10 minutes early, and that'll become 15 minutes and then 20 minutes. And you want a consistent routine, so you're energy efficient, okay? So the body can get into a routine very quickly, preserve its energy, so you've got more energy for everything else, the family, fun, friends, productivity, making money, to be happier, etc. So I hope that helps. I've probably forgot stuff, and I'm a little bit under it for time. So that's what I just wanted to share this morning, about the little bit of routine. So I hope this episode's helped. I'll get it aired as soon as I can. I'll put the notes in the show notes. And remember, what's one thing you can take away from today and apply it in your life straight away? And the other thing is, who is one person you can share it with? Because we know when we share it, it's caring, it's also giving back, it's teaching others, which then helps you learn it better and you retain the information more. So wherever you're listening to this, whatever you're watching, please subscribe, drop any comments or any questions in the show, in the episode notes, any topics you want me to cover, and I will look forward to speaking to you tomorrow about habits. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll catch you tomorrow.